Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We have showed you guys how we do some of our chores in the States, but now in today's video we're going to show you how we do chores in Baja.
Yeah, things are a little bit different down here, so we're going to share some tips and tricks for everything from grocery stores to getting gas to doing your laundry. And we're doing that all here in La Paz because we were stuck here. If you watched our last video, as we figured out what was going on with Missy, good news, it seems like all is well. So thank you for all of your words of encouragement. If this is your first time here, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are traveling around in our van as we figure out what it means to
go slow down.
First stop, let's go get gas.
So a couple of things to know about getting gas. I always try to get gas when we're at a half tank, especially if we're about to drive, because not all the towns have gas stations, and sometimes apparently the gas stations run out of gas. So yeah, and you always want to make sure that they zero out, because there have been a lot of reports of like people trying to scam folks. And I always also use cash, just because, again, I don't want people to use my credit card, and so we use cash when we pay for our gas. They do wash your windows, but please tip them if they are washing your windows. But that's nice because of all this dust out here. We definitely need our windows washed. Tienes 12.50. Quédate con 50.
Entonces,
Gracias. So we are here at Walmart because I forgot a couple things yesterday. Walmart is, I don't know, not my top choice here. I don't actually think the prices are that great, but it's convenient. They have self-checkout, it's super fast, and they have all the things that, you know, you might want. It's not quite like the Walmarts at home, but probably the easiest spot to get like American things if you want those things. They also have ATMs inside, so that makes it convenient as well. I was in and out very quickly. There's Walmarts in like the major cities, so they're not everywhere, but you know, it was easy for today. A couple of things to know about ATMs. You want to do your research because some of the smaller towns don't have ATMs. So for example, we got to Mulahay earlier in our travels and the map showed them having an ATM, but it turns out it was closed and we had to drive an hour back north to get to the ATM to get cash. I try to use cash as much as possible here just because I don't have to worry about anybody trying to scam me. So yeah, I try to always have cash on hand. So that's just something to know. Also, the fees can be pretty crazy. I actually opened a Charles Schwab account because they reimburse all the fees, and every month I've got like $40 since we've been here reimbursed to me in fees. So just to give you an idea of like how many fees that they do charge. And then the other thing is on the ATM screen, some of them, not all of them, towards the end it'll say like, do you want to accept the exchange rate and take your money in dollars? Always decline it because your bank almost always is going to give you a better exchange rate. So you usually can find ATMs in grocery stores, Walmarts, like bigger grocery stores. And most of the towns that we've gone to have had them, but some of the smaller towns don't. So that's just something to plan for, especially if you're planning to use cash in a lot of places. We are here to get water. So getting water in Mexico, before we got here, I thought that everyone just went to these purified water spots, but we've seen a lot of people who do get water at the campgrounds. We choose to get the purified water because it's easy, it's actually pretty cheap, and they're pretty readily available. So we're just playing it safe. So we're gonna get our water filled, and also right next door is a laundromat. That's another thing in Baja. There's not a lot of spots where you can do your own laundry. You actually have to drop it off, but it's just about it might even be cheaper than just doing it by yourself. And it comes back folded, which I hate folding laundry, so it is pretty fantastic. Ooh. This is one of the nicest ones we found that actually has like a thing on here that tells you how many liters. I feel like all the rest of them, they just kind of make it up. Oh, 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 ah! Okay, okay. I was coming a little too fast there. Our tank was almost empty, so it's gonna take it a little bit to fill up here. And it keeps coming back out at us. I don't know why that's happening. Ahorita fica mais bajo, sí. It was actually in the reviews here that the guy will like put the water up and like laugh at you when it starts spitting back out at you. So you just have to like, he started doing it a little bit and I just told him to go down. Hola. Buenas. I'll wait. ¿Para esta ropa? Sí. A recoger mañana si es posible. ¿Viene mañana por ella? ¿O viene hoy? Sí, mañana. I got like a whole process. All these things, and it comes back perfectly folded. And just 110 pesos at for each load, which is like $5, $6 for a whole load. Alicia. Today we are going to the grocery store. A lot of the smaller towns around here don't really have grocery stores, so when we find one, we go and we stock up. One of the challenges of grocery shopping, just in van life in general, is you're going to a new store pretty much every time. So back at home, I knew where everything was in my ShopRite, my Aldi, my Walmart. And when we get here, it takes forever because I have to find all the things. So I have a long list because we're going to the beach and I'm trying to do some more cooking. So I'll have to go find some of these things. Another thing about grocery shopping in Baja is if you're used to like certain types of products from the States, you can sometimes find them at some stores, but they're way more expensive. So we've been trying to shop mostly like Mexican brands to keep the prices low and be more authentic to, you know, being here. So that's something else to keep in mind. Produce. The produce in the grocery store is actually not always the best. There's like little fruit stands where you can get better produce, but I don't know. Sometimes convenience is the driving factor. So this experience of shopping for me is a stress reliever. It's like,
Therapeutic.
yeah. But now I feel rushed.
I'm not rushing you, I promise. So at some of the laundromats, they do same-day service, but since we dropped off pretty late yesterday, we had to come back into La Paz to pick it up today. Not super convenient because we weren't that close, but still didn't have to fold it, so it works for me. That's probably the last load of laundry we're gonna do in Baja, and we have been so spoiled. I mean, here's the deal, Rachel does the laundry, so I never really have to fold it very often, but sometimes it helps. And it still takes so much time, because every time we have to do laundry, we have to go sit there for hours. So So I definitely could get used to this, but drop off is too expensive back home. So we've checked out a lot of supermarkets here in Baja, and Soriana is my favorite. They have a good selection, and the prices are usually pretty good. And they usually have ATMs, so I can kill two birds with one stone, which I always like to do. Honey, we're home!
All done?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Got the snacks too. Our microwave doubles as a bread box. So we got some bread in here. And more bread. We're gonna be eating a lot of bread.
It's also our wine cellar.
Guys, putting away the food is not that bad. Y'all know Alicia likes to use shopping as therapy. So I'll just let her do all of that stuff. And my contribution is to put the things away. I guess she got hungry after doing all that shopping.
We haven't tried this, and it's like very famous here. It's basically a bag of these Tostito, like flavored tortilla chips, corn, cheese, mayonnaise, I think, or cream, and like a hot sauce. We tried to make it ourselves, and I thought I got the wrong corn, but this corn doesn't taste that much different from what I was using. But I figured since it's probably our last week here, and I didn't really see this up north as much, maybe we should try it.
So you got a little sneak peek at how we get our chores done while we are in Baja.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities and there are some differences. I feel like a lot of the stuff I watched before we got here had me very anxious, but it wasn't really that difficult. And in many ways, it was actually easier, especially that laundry.
Yeah, getting your laundry folded for you is always amazing.
So we're gonna end the video here. We are officially making our way back north. We actually just arrived here to Loreto, where we will start our journey home. Oh, not home, back to the United States. So thank you so much for watching our video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button, drop a comment, hit that like button so you can continue to follow along as we
Go slow down.